this listed for $175. It's a pretty good mower. He offered $150. I said, sure. I'll probably try to sell this tomorrow. Hey everyone, it's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Good morning. Today I'm gonna sell my Craftsman self-propelled with a bagger. I had this in my shed, sitting there for about the entire winter. I remember, I think I drained the gas out of it last summer, but I'm not 100% sure. I have it listed for $175, but some guy wants to buy it, and he offered me $150. I'm cool with $150, provided it works. So I'm gonna meet him at the place that I always sell stuff, over at the public place, the church parking lot. So I'm gonna add some gas in here, and hopefully it'll fire right up. I'm gonna put some gas in here. This is a Briggs Quantum engine, about 6.5 horsepower. It's a 190cc model. Has a pretty good engine in it, as far as I remember. Oh shoot. Well, the guy's getting a full tank of gas. It's an auto choke. There's no primer bulb. And it is rear self-propelled. And it also has the one height adjustment lever. You just use this lever here, and it has a bar that adjusts the front at the same time as the rear. It has a good bagger, it's in good shape. And we have gas trickling inside the hoses. Let's see if it starts. We need to let it run a bit. It wants to keep going. Had a little bit of gas still left over from last summer, and maybe that turned into some ethanol. There might be some kind of clog, but it did start up on the first pull, so it means it is getting fuel. Let's see. Let's loosen the bowl nut and take the bowl off just to see what we're working with here. Maybe it has a big blob of ethanol in there and we don't even know. Let's do a quick and dirty and see what the condition of the bowl is. Jet nut is clear. And the bowl does have some sediment in it, right? But the fuel looks clean. Maybe a little bit of water. Problem is, I don't see any fuel dripping down. I wiped the bowl clean. It only had some sediment in it. I'm using some seafoam spray. I'm going to try to blow out this jet a little bit. As you can see, the holes are clear. And let's put this back. 1/2" socket. So it still won't start. I can't figure it out. Took off the bolt again, looked inside, still clean. I almost feel like the timing's off. Ran great last year. Anyway, I took the spark plug out and it was really oily and black and old. So this is a new spark plug. Not new, but better shape. I'm gonna put this in and see what happens. Just won't stay started. I'm gonna have to take off some more stuff. I don't want to, but if I want to sell this thing, I gotta take off more stuff. I've taken this apart and put it back together again, and it still won't start. See that? Something to do with the governor or the timing is what it seems like. I took everything apart, cleaned the carburetor twice, checked the intake manifold, it was fine. O-ring, new spark plug, took the engine cover off, recoil starter off, took the crankshaft bolt off, checked the QA, it's perfect. It's getting plenty of fuel, has spark, it starts up, but it's just not staying started. Adjusted the throttle, spring, everything. I can't figure it out. I don't know why this thing doesn't stay running. There's plenty of gas. It's a timing thing. Looks like I'm not gonna be able to sell this today. Gotta figure this out somehow. I just don't know what it is right now. To be continued. I mean, could be the magneto. I didn't check the magneto. Could be the magneto. I mean, it could be. You know, spark, intermittent. That's why it's not staying started. Could be the magneto. I already took this damn thing apart already. I guess I could test the magneto. Just check it out. It could be a weak spark. It could be. Just the magneto. So it's the next day. I've been thinking about it and thinking about it, and all I can think of is that maybe it has bad compression. Maybe. Not from looking at it, right? I mean, you look at this mower and it's in excellent condition. I got the engine off of another machine. I don't remember which, but it looks pretty good, but looks can be deceiving. So I'm thinking it could be the magneto. It's the only other thing that I haven't tried, and I really should check the compression to check it out. But let's see overnight if something might have happened and it just starts up. Remember, when we first took this out, it ran for about a second or two beautifully, and then all of a sudden it stopped. You didn't hear anything like a gasket blow or anything like that, you know what I mean? Maybe you don't hear it. So it could be the gasket blowing during that nice seconds worth of running, and then it loses compression, so that it stalls. Maybe, right? See? I mean, it wants to, but it just, it's like the timing's off or something, you know? But we checked the flywheel key and it looks good. So I'm gonna take the spark plug out, put my compression tester to it. I got my $10 compression tester on it. Reset it to 0. Give it a couple pulls and see. It's got 40 or 50, 45 or 50 compression. That's very bad. There's no compression in here. That's the reason why. Crazy, right? Taking you a little bit closer here. Look at the evidence. Look at that bottom bolt. How there's some wet earl there. Side bolts over here are very rusted, right? Maybe the piston rings are scored, maybe the gasket's busted. But let's try one thing really simple. I'm just gonna tighten these bolts with a 1/2 inch impact. That actually turns a quarter. That did too. They all turned about a quarter. Maybe not that one. put the compression tester back on again, give it another whack, see if it's better than 50. I'm going to point you right to it so you can see. Reset it. See, it's at 50 or 49, you know. So let's reset it. Give it a couple of whacks after we tighten the head bolt. Nope. It's even lower. It's like 48. So this thing has no compression. Let's see if this one runs overnight. Nice. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this back into the backyard and store it because I don't want to take up any more room in my garage. While I'm in the shed, some guy wants to see another one of my mowers, so I have to pull all that stuff out. In the meantime, I think that there might be an old Toro recycler that looks crappy, but it has a good engine on it. It's a quantum, just like that. Maybe I'll do a swap-a-roo on the engine, huh? Because it should have the same blade adapter with the pulley for the self-propulsion. Although this is rear, I wonder if it makes a difference, but it might be worth taking that out. Maybe I'll just do an engine swap today, huh? So as you saw, it was a pain in the butt to sift through all the mowers that are in the shed. It was even harder because the shed is DONESKI, so that damn flap was in my way half the time, you know. Anyway, this is an old Toro recycler. I've had it for a couple of years. Found it on the street somewhere, got it running. Self-propulsion doesn't work. I took the transmission out. This was actually, I believe, a rear-wheel drive. No, it was a front-wheel drive one. But then I made a cover that looks really hinky, you know. This wheel always comes off. I mean, but I think the engine ran pretty well, you know. Has decent wheels, and it is a high wheel in the back. No bag, no self-propulsion, so it's just a push mower. You know, this is a primer too, which I don't like. But if it runs well, who cares, right? Just put this engine on that. No gas in here. I add some gas. It's enough to make it start. Let's just see what happens. It's been sitting in my shed for about a year. Primer bulb feels nice and rubbery. I don't hear any liquid though, but usually you don't with this. Usually it's just puffs of fuel going up the emulsion tube. Sounds good. Starts easy, sounds good. That's it. We're gonna put this engine onto that mower. I'm gonna disconnect the bale brake handle. Loosen the bolts on the bottom. We're going to be taking the engine off of this deck. As you can see, I had a lot of difficulty getting the blade off of the blade adapter because it was so rusted. It's been sitting in the backyard for over a year with a lot of moisture. As you can see, these bolts, engine mounting bolts right here, they look like they're in terrible shape. Put some deep creep penetrating oil in from Seafoam. See if we can extract these bolts without stripping them. Perfect. There's one. As you can see, I didn't have any problems, not too much problems. I even took the blade adapter off of the crankshaft of this busted one, so it could hopefully fit on this one. They're both quantum engines. One's auto choke, one's primer. But this engine's DONESKI, so we can't use it. It's pretty easy to remove. Pretty pleased. Didn't have any problems until, of course, I just jinxed it just now. Now this blade adapter is for a Toro type. I think I'm gonna have problems with that. So I have to try to get the blade adapter off, and it doesn't look like it will. I should go play the lottery. Look at this. This old rusty looking blade adapter is coming off just hand pulling it. Holy cow. Incredible. Now let's see if this pulley fits on this. It oughta. They're both quantum engines. This has a lock screw in here, so hex. I was suffocating in that coat, man. When you're in the sun and you're working, start getting warm. So it looks like it'll fit. I just have to bang it on, that's all. So we're going to use the same exact blade adapter, blade, cover. Just going to see if this, I forget, did that go on like that or like this? I don't remember. But you know what? Let's mount the engine first before we do any of that. This is the blade adapter for the mower that I want to fix, right? However, the crankshaft bolt from the Toro doesn't fit in the crankshaft bolt of, well, the blades don't match. So this bolt fits into the new engine I want to put on, all right? But it doesn't fit through the blade adapter to the other one. And the other Toro has a blade adapter that already has a pulley on it, and it doesn't really match. So I have to drill this hole a little bigger through the blade adapter so I can fit this bolt in. Huh, that's already that size. Next one up is a 1/2 inch. So I got that engine on here. Pulley, blade adapter, blade after drilling to make it fit. Got this on there, got the brake cable on. Now all we gotta do is just try it. I'm not gonna prime because we had this running a little, well, it was an hour ago. We'll see. We'll see if it starts without prime. Alright, so that's prime. Oh, I took this spark plug wire off. Good practice. Sounds good, really good. Nice. Nice! Of course, this cover looks a lot worse than the other one. Let's remove this cover. Replace it with the other one. And then after that, I'm going to shine this baby up a little bit, and this will be good to sell again. But now I have that yucky Toro deck, and I guess I'm gonna take that engine apart eventually and find out why it has bad compression. All right, I'll wipe this down a little bit. Just using some super clean, just a mist, and wipe it down real quick. 2 seconds. you go. Just a little bit of super clean. Wiped it. Took less than 30 seconds. It looks brand new. This thing now runs, starts, mows, just sounds great. It is a primer button, but I don't think the guy who wanted it knew. Anyway, so I delayed our meeting by an hour and a half. So now I'm meeting him anyway. So hopefully I'll be able to sell this thing that we just finished for 150 bucks.
Henry, that's heavy. You're gonna hurt your back.
Not if you use the leverage system.
Leverage system?
Never mind. Hope it starts when we get to the church. Scores!
Let's go, Jerry. Go!
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.